Hello, sei Charata. Why do New Year's resolutions end up fading? With the turn of the year, lots of people want to do more physical exercise, slim down, increase sources of income, or study more. And why is that so many of us cannot get our New Year promises fulfilled? In our previous episode, we mentioned that the greater majority of people fail in keeping enough consistency and dedication to make sure the New Year's resolution is kept to. In some statistics, just 9% of people that make a New Year's resolution are able to successfully maintain it. Why could it be that it is so difficult to keep a New Year's resolution? Well, for those of you who follow the Arata Academy's channel, you know that we have our methodology, that we encourage your reflection. I never bring you a canned response, a doctrine that everybody should follow blindly. And I also recommend that you run away whenever you find somebody trying to indoctrinate you. Always think for yourself. So because of that, I bring you a question. What causes New Year's resolutions to fail? Could it be laziness? Could it be bad luck? Could it be some kind of an external factor holding us back? I don't know. Pause the video, reflect on your own life, and respond here in the comments saying which are the main reasons that cause people to fail to set New Year's resolutions. Are you ready? So then let's take a look at the 5 reasons that I have here for you that cause New Year's resolutions to fail. Number 1 is lack of an intelligent plan. In a previous episode, we talked about the problems in a lack of true dedication and commitment. However, just the commitment is not enough. And there are people who can honestly say that they were providing over 1,000 CVs everywhere, and even so, they can't get even just one single job interview. In that case, something wrong is happening. In this example, it is not worth trying to put one extra 1,000 CVs around, because it's quite clear that the strategy is not good, the plan is not very smart, or it's not being very well executed. So if I put together a CV that cannot communicate the value of my work or my potential, or that I am just going to the wrong directions, it is not worth sending more of the same, doing more times, because the result probably will be the same. An intelligent plan has specific and efficient processes. An efficient plan only considers the final destination without clarifying which are the necessary stages to implement. In the case of the CV, it is, of course, just one illustrative example. What you need is to learn to evaluate the quality of your plan and also the quality of the execution of your plan. Number 2, lack of clarity. Another classic problem is lack of specificity. Your New Year's objective has to be specific. For example, let's just say that you want to eat the healthiest possible way. That doesn't say much. Saying that you're just going to study more also doesn't mean much. It's not a very clear objective. Your plan needs clarity. It needs to be consistent with your context. So don't become totally enthusiastic now, making promises that will become difficult to fulfill later. Start with realistic projects and follow the philosophy of continued improvement. You don't need to do everything perfectly now. It is more important that you just start something, carry on, and are also able to constantly improve your continued improvement. To have continuity, create systems. If you're depending on just your willpower to achieve your New Year resolution, you have a problem. Willpower is a limited resource. At some point, it ends. There are days when you don't have that willpower. Imagine, for example, that you decide to take a swimming class at 7 o'clock in the morning. However, you know that depending on your willpower, it's quite likely that you end up missing classes because you want to carry on sleeping. In this case, you need to create some kind of a system that guarantees that you will wake up at the right time to go swimming. For example, you may have a friend that wakes up quite early and you can invite this friend to join you to that swimming class and go together, and you can also promise to give him a lift. Your condition for setting this up is that your friend should go to your house, so both of you can go together. In this way, now you have a system in which your friend will always call you and they will knock on your door until you get up, so both of you can go to that class. Number 4, if you don't believe in yourself, or you have a big problem. Pay close attention to the factors that are causing you to fail in reaching your goals for your new year. Beyond not having the benefits of desired results, something even worse can happen. You can start to lose confidence in yourself. And this is what is called learned helplessness. That is, creating the belief that you are a person who cannot do anything right. It is what happens when people go and say that the only New Year's resolution that they were able to make come true is to stop making New Year's resolutions. A lot of people often say that it is kind of a waste of time trying to set New Year's resolutions because they always go wrong. Careful with that, because this means closing doors and it will only limit the possibilities ahead. Leaving it for later. If there is something that is important to you and you say that you will do it tomorrow, pay attention, because when tomorrow comes, just do it. Act. If you realize that you need to put it off until one more day, you have a problem. The habit of constantly leaving it for later means that we have a difficulty in implementing some kind of a concrete action today. Starting tomorrow generally does not work. You need to implement something now. And this is how you break the habit of procrastination. Without good practice, without guidance, it is very easy to end up losing yourself with the time. A lot of New Year's resolutions include complex, gigantic plans that will be carried out over the next 12 months. Instead of putting together complicated plans, set smaller, more short-term goals that will then be able to carry out and figure what's going to be the next phase. The New Year's resolutions will only bring long-term results as a result of changes in your behavior, vision, knowledge, priorities, and beliefs. It is no use saying that we want this result or that result. We need to pay attention to implement the necessary changes. Most people have never stopped to reflect about the resources necessary to make that change. Remember, nothing is free. You have to pay the price so you don't become one of these people who want something for nothing. It will be necessary to have patience. It will be necessary to invest time. It will be necessary to put financial resources to gain the necessary tools and the guidance from more experienced people that can speed up your results. You have to prioritize things. It will be necessary to give up some activities, some commitments of lower value. And this is how you elevate what is part of your life that is going to be important for your New Year's resolution with a higher degree of priority. However, none of this means anything if the plan developed is not intelligent. So, what you learn is to accomplish intelligent plans and avoid the most common mistakes when you're setting up your New Year's resolutions. I want to invite you to know our course, Better New Year. So you can visit now the link arato.se/Better New Year.